Ciao, my name is Garrick. Welcome back to Taiwan, Laowai. So, it is currently 4 a.m. on the eve of our first night in Keelung. I guess that technically makes this the start of our second day. So, what am I doing? Why am I outside at this ungodly hour? Well, folks, the reason is we are going to pay a very special visit to a very special fish market. Keelung is, after all, a harbor city, so there's plenty of fish and maritime-related activities to go around. And our destination right now is the Kanzeding Fish Market, a market that is only open in the wee hours of the morning from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. I have no idea what to expect once I get there, but something tells me this is going to be like a real-ass fish market. Like, this'll probably be the kind of place where actual fishmongers go to buy their stuff, and, you know, restaurateurs go to get stuff fresh for their restaurants every day. Not sure I will end up buying anything, just because I do not have the wherewithal to cook anything on this vacation, as you can probably guess. But if you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love fish markets. And the prospect of one that is only open at these hours, well, that's just a bit too tempting to resist, isn't it? So we are out and about. As you can tell by the umbrella, it is raining, but it's just a very faint drizzle at this point. And the forecast says it will clear up shortly, so fingers crossed. God, I'm excited. This feels like an adventure. And shockingly, the city is still fairly active for this late at night. Like, not lots of people out, but there's a decent number of, you know, cars and motorcycles passing by on the road. As a matter of fact, we got this huge line of taxis right here. My goodness. This is what vacations are for. Doing dumb stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Like getting up at 4 a.m. to go to a fish market. Alright, I've got to keep an eye on Google Maps to figure out how to get to the place, so I will see you once we're a bit closer. Take care. Alright, so it appears we may have struck out this time. We are in the place where the fish market is supposed to be, and there is nothing. There's one vendor, like, closing up shop with a couple boxes. The rest of the street is deserted. So there are a few possibilities as to what went wrong. Possibility number one, I showed up too late. Looking online, it seems like peak hours are usually closer to 2 a.m. than 4 a.m., so it's possible everyone just cleared out early tonight because of the rain and whatnot. Or possibility number two, nobody showed up because of the rain. So considering this is a Taiwan seaside city, I would imagine they were pretty used to rain. So that does not seem a likely possibility to me. Whatever, we've got 2 more nights to try it out and see if we can find the fish market when it's active. Hopefully one of those will work out. But just so this little stretch of time doesn't end in complete disaster, I'm going to pop into a late night, or I guess early morning breakfast restaurant nearby and see if I can't scrounge up a little bit of grub. Shockingly, it does look like quite a few places are open this early. Like, they open up super early in the early morning hours and then close down at like 8 a.m. or so. And I have never been one to complain about a late night snack, so let's see what we can find. Man, I gotta say, you can really smell the salt in the air out here. You know, that does make sense. We are right next to the ocean. The whole city is sort of built around it. So it does not surprise me that it has taken on a bit of the ocean scent. Still though, I'm usually someone whose nose does not work that well, so if I am smelling this, it is definitely pretty strong. Oh wow, so we are back at the night market from my last video, and it looks like there are a couple places still open. Who would have thought? Alright, so there were like 3 or 4 stalls still open. And there's actually a pretty decent group of people crowded around. I guess you could sort of see that on video. Guess when you're the only place open this late, you attract all the night owls. Anyway, we got ourselves some classic braised pork rice, because that is the perfect spot of food to eat when it's late and you just need something to nosh on. But since the tables were all crowded, we're gonna take it back to the hotel room and chomp on it there. Man, I forgot how much I like doing dumb late night stuff like this. I should do it more often. And I gotta say, this is like the most nightlife friendly spot of Taiwan I visited so far. Like, you would not guess it's closing on 4:40 a.m. from how many shops are open and how many people are still out and about. Keelung is hip, it is happening, and it's a small coastal city right next to the harbor. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Alright, enough of that nonsense, we got food to eat. See you back at the apartment. Okay, we are back. And I've really got to get to sleep after this, because otherwise I will hate myself in the morning. I mean, it probably already will, but, you know, we can lessen the damage at least. I am liking the look of this pork rice. It looks very porky, very ricey. I can smell it from here. This was a big portion for 35 NTD. And in case you can't tell, that's a pretty good bang for your buck with this much food for that little cost. But the proof is in the pudding. Let's see how it tastes. It's interesting. It's got a bit of a funkier flavor than I'm used to from braised pork rice. Like, there's something that's a little fermented about it, I want to say. Don't know what kind of sense that makes, but that's sort of the vibe I'm getting. Looks like I got a stray bit of chicken mixed in. How fun. Not the best braised pork rice I've ever had, but it is very satisfying. It is very fill-you-up food, which is just what you want when you go out for a snack in the middle of the night. I've really been getting more into Taiwanese comfort foods lately, like braised pork rice and their style of fried chicken. Something just very satisfying and soulful about it. Alright, I can feel my eyes wanting to close, so I'm gonna eat my nonsense. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Take care. Alright, smash cut to a few hours later. It is now 11:30 a.m. It is officially morning. How's everybody doing? So far today is not really that rainy, but it is dreary and overcast with a good deal of cloud cover. Hopefully that remains true and it doesn't burst into floods just yet. Because we've got a busy day of walking ahead of us, and I'd hate to have to walk through rain for like extended periods of time. But whatever happens, we shall handle it. For now, we are heading to get some breakfast. Probably not gonna eat too much, because I'm still a little full from that braised pork rice. That stuff will fill you up quite a bit. But at any rate, we are going to pay a visit to the Ren'ai Day Market, which again is a very short walk from my hotel. You can never go wrong with markets in Taiwan, whether they're open in the day or the night. So I'm gonna get a quick breakfast from there, and then we are going to set off on our sightseeing tour. See you then. So that's wild. It looks like Miao Ko Night Market is also open during the day. Man. Well, if it's open this early, we are definitely gonna have to pay another visit to there sometime. But for right now, we're gonna check out Ren'ai just for a bit of variety. Put that on the agenda, though. I want to hit as many interesting stalls from there as I can in my time in Keelung. Well, that was really sweet. One of the vendors at the outer edge of the market just gave me a couple wax apples for free. It was so nice of her. I really wanted to pay her, but I didn't know how to have that conversation. My Chinese is not good enough. She was like, no, it's free, take it. So, yeah. Right, I was not expecting the market to be covered or have 2 floors, but I'm not complaining. As you might expect, there are a couple of restaurants up here, and one of them is a sushi place. Actually, a couple sushi places, I think. Now, I figure we're right next to the sea. The seafood's gotta be really good. Let's give it a shot. Starting things off with some onions. This is an interesting little preparation I've seen in a couple Japanese izakayas around here. It's like raw onions on a bit of cabbage, tossed with, or I guess covered with bonito flakes, and maybe a bit of sticky sweet sauce or something. It's an interesting preparation. I'm still sort of getting used to it, but it has its perks. Oh, these are quite good. A lot of times when I've had this before, the onions are still very sharp, so it sort of hits you in the flavor and makes you go, I guess they must have, like, washed these before or something, because the raw punch of that is fairly mild, so it lets the sweetness and the other flavors come through. Well done. Man, who would have thought I would one day just be eating a pile of onions for breakfast? I think this country does to you. Alright, here is our sushi. I didn't get too much, just 1 grilled eel and a couple salmon belly, because it is quite expensive when you're doing it with super fresh fish. Man, this thing is heavy. They really put a lot of fish on here. Okay, cheers. Oh, man. Wow. Oh. I think they missed a scale. That's alright, that was still delicious. You know, there are a couple sushi places near where I live that I go to a lot, but they're sort of fast food sushi, you know, conveyor belt sushi. And that is the only kind of sushi you eat for a while. It kind of makes you forget what, like, the good stuff is like and how good it can be. That was insane. The salmon belly was like as rich as like fatty tuna, like otoro. That's how unctuous and buttery it was. And like most good sushi places, they put a little dollop of wasabi underneath the fish to give it a little extra punch. That's how you know it's the good stuff. Forgive me for using my hands. I do not trust myself with chopsticks on this phone right now. I don't even know what to say. This is incredible. I made the right choice for breakfast, let me tell ya. Alright, so the salmon was great. What about this grilled eel? Oh! That's why it was. That's why I don't like using chopsticks with this. Alright, take 2. This is going in my mouth. Oh! Okay. I think I got most of the wasabi in that bite. Whoops. God, that's really good. I've really come to enjoy eel in sushi settings. Just something about the flavor and the richness, you know. This is a thin piece of eel. It packs as much punch, if not more, than those bits of salmon. Probably would have been tastier if I didn't disintegrate it first. But that's on me. So, what can you do? I should probably mention this place is not cheap. For like real sushi this good, it'll cost you a pretty penny. I'm spending $3.30 NTD on 3 nigiri and a pile of shaved onions. That's the quality you pay for. It was well worth it, because my god, that was delicious. That said, I'm going to finish up here, and then going to take a quick lap of the rest of the market, see if there's anything else interesting that I want to check out. Until then. Okay, so like most two-tier markets in Taiwan, the first floor is where you go to get your produce and your necessities, and the second floor is where they keep all their restaurants, where they turn that produce and that seafood into delicious food. It's a good setup. You can get your grocery shopping and your lunch date done in a single location. At any rate, I am not entirely full, but that just means I have more room for later, which I consider an absolute win. And now that we have left the Ren'ai market behind, it is time for our day to officially begin. We've got a lot of walking to do and a lot of places to explore. Hopefully we will get to them all before they close down or we get rained on, because I am setting out a little later than I wanted to. That's what happens when you stay up till 5 in the morning, so what can you do? Anyways, thank you once again for joining us at Taiwan Lao Wai. Don't know why I'm saying us, there's literally just me. Thank you for joining me, and only me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye bye!